Hello, everybody. Tarek37 here, and welcome back to Let's Solo the Expanse RPG. Um, so, last time, we sort of rescued Dr. Vahlen. Sort of. um, I just realized something. I need to see how healing works. Okay. Sorry, it was just because I know Cornelius is not doing too hot right now. He's injured and wounded. So, here's the situation. We were trying to get on board a ship heading for somewhere in the belt to find Gunny Offrand. Unfortunately, the ship we were going to try to get on board, there was not really a way for us to get on board without getting caught and getting caught in a shootout, which we were not prepared for, and then we would have had to fly the ship. And so while we were trying to spy and think of something, more members of the Voltaire Collective brought in Dr. Vahlen Forrest, a Martian terraformer. For what purpose, we don't know. Actually, hold on. I have a fake question I want to ask, and I'm unsure about this. Was the cybernetic plans stolen in any way connected to Dr. Vahlen's kidnapping? No. Okay. I just thought that might be an interesting thing. My character, my none of my characters would know that, but you know, my idea was, hey, how hey, maybe they are connected in some way, but they're not. That's okay. Not everything has to be connected. Sometimes stuff just happens. So, um, uh, Cornelius and Charles decided they would try to rescue Dr. Vahlen over trying to get on board the ship. There was a shootout. Cornelius got wounded very badly. He was not doing well. And thankfully, Charles, thankfully for both of them, excuse me, Ceres Station police got involved and arrived fairly quickly to end the fight. And I imagine they've all been put in like prison cells, and they're probably in an interrogation room, which I'm gonna say they're both all being interviewed separately, but I'm gonna focus on Charles. And I imagine Charles is going to try to be as honest as possible, partially because he is also a cop, so there is some belief on his part that that will help him in some way, but also he wants to try to make sure that if nothing else, Vahlen doesn't get in trouble, and hopefully Cornelius can also be taken off the hook, given that it was Charles' idea. Charles is the entire reason Cornelius is here. Charles is the entire reason all this has happened. He's going to try to try to see if he can make sure that he gets the the brunt of it, and not Cornelius or Vahlen. So I'm going to make this an advanced test, which, let me just double check how that works. I believe how advanced tests work is, if I recall, this might actually be in the GMing section. Yeah, challenge tests. No, not there. I'm pretty sure it's a... Okay, advanced test. This is going to be challenging, so I need a success threshold of 15. So... Alright, sorry. Just like rereading through the rules, trying to get it down. So the success threshold is 15, and I'm going to say all of the tests are going to be, difficulty is going to be a 13. Challenging difficulty on the basic test, and a challenging difficulty on the advanced part of the test. So, let's see here how this goes. And let me double check to make sure I'm recording. Yep, it looks like it's recording my voice. Awesome. So, he's going to do a communication test. I'm going to say this is more of a persuasion thing. He's trying to explain to them. He's going to... I think he's going to open with, look, I want to be absolutely clear about this. Cornelius Vega was the only reason he is here. The only reason anything that has happened is my fault. I brought him here. I'm the reason the shootout happened. I'm the reason that all of this recently has occurred. So I want to be explicitly clear about that. $13. Alright, and a 4 already on the drama die, which means we are at... Oh, that was odd. Alright. So we're at 4 currently. I wrote that on a piece of paper, because y'all don't need to necessarily see that. So he succeeds, and I'd say the interrogator is saying, alright. Actually, I'll ask a fake question on this. Are the interrogators sympathetic to Charles as a fellow Belter cop? I'm unsure. Actually, probably should have put light... Okay. Maybe I should... Maybe I should actually down... I'm going to drop the difficulty then from challenging to average. With that exceptional yes. God dang. So went from needing to roll 13 to needing to roll an 11. So that's really nice. Threshold 15. Threshold 4. So his opening statement kind of has their attention. The interrogators are going to look at him and say, alright, so why don't you tell us what exactly you're doing on Ceres Station, way outside of your jurisdiction? So Charles is going to open up with how members of the Voltaire Collective came onto his station, murdered a fellow Belter, and escaped with information that that Belter had. And how he's basically tracking him down, trying to... basically trying to capture him and bring him to justice back on his station. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, that's good. That is a 6, so we're up to a 10. Man, this is going actually pretty well. Let me double check the churn tracker information real quick, because I have a bad feeling I just, let's see, he's on an ability test and rolls a 6 on the drama die. Yeah, I did that. I definitely did that. So, churn tracker's going up. Uh-oh, things are about to get really sticky. So, Charles explains very, like, in-depth and detail, and in a way that is very sympathetic. Like, I'm sure, like, all these guys can understand kind of a, hey, this is a my territory kind of thing. You know, like, plus they probably don't like the Voltaire Collective anyway, since I think I remember reading that most Belters do not like the Voltaire Collective. So they're listening and they're saying, okay, you're still outside of your jurisdiction, though. Both you and your partner over there. So, I guess my question is, next is, how did the shootout happen? So Charles is going to explain, they were trying to get on board the ship, they couldn't, and while they were trying to figure out a way to get on board that ship, basically, they saw what was happening, realized someone was being kidnapped, and they needed to do something. That beats target number again. We are at 13 out of 15. So, he kind of explains, he explains what's going on, that the, all of that, and given all the information they have, the corroborating information they presumably have from Cornelius and from Dr. Vahlen, plus the Voltaire Collective's reputation, I would say they're willing to believe that. And they ask, so, we have 2 people dead, your own guy wounded. It's not looking good for you. You've basically confessed to instigating all of this, causing a lot of trouble here. Is there anything you want to tell us? We're not your lawyer. We're, you know, this isn't the court, but I guess, what do you got? And Charles is going to say, I don't regret trying to rescue Vahlen. She was being abducted, obviously. I regret how many people got hurt. I didn't want anybody to get hurt. All I wanted was to grab that guy who... All I wanted was to grab Gunny Offrand. That was all. That doesn't fix what's happened. I know that. If anyone should take the brunt of this, it's me, though. Not Vahlen, not Cornelius. Everything that happened is because I wasn't willing to just stay in my jurisdiction and walk my beat. That's all. $12 again. Another success. That is an 18. He's officially in 4 tests. He's surpassed the threshold. So, they're going to take him back to his cell. They're going to interrogate Cornelius, and they're going to interrogate Vahlen. Now to ask the fate question. Do Cornelius and Vahlen help their case? I did roll for Vahlen's stats. She actually rolled really well in pretty much everything. I did bump up intelligence and perception by 1, each by 1, because I felt that helped make the most sense since she's a scientist, she's an expert on terraforming. She has a communication of 2. Cornelius, I believe, has a communication of -1. So net positive 1, so I'm going to leave it at unsure. And we'll see where the dice fall. Ooh. Just barely. I'm going to say that, ironically, Cornelius does not hurt their case as much as Vahlen. I'm going to say Vahlen, despite having a high communication, she is not used to this type of interrogation. Cornelius, I'm guessing, was much more quiet, trying to stay, very much trying to wait for a lawyer, not wanting to talk at all. Vahlen was willing to talk without a lawyer, but did not have as good of a, oh wait, I think she's an Earther, I thought. Like, either way, they're not gonna like her, but let me just double check. I'm gonna leave her as Martian, I guess. Sorry, my brain just suddenly had a neuron connected that wasn't connecting before. So, I don't think they're going to let them leave the station, but will they let them out of their cells until the trial? I'm going to leave it at unsure. We'll see. No, they're not. We are going to stay imprisoned. I will say probably a week's going to pass. I'm going to roll some Constitution checks because I saw there was a thing about interlude where you can recover. So he's going to be doing a stamina test, target number 11, every 24 hours, and I'm going to say let's do it for a week. It's an advanced test. Holy cow, dude. Well, Churn tracker, boop, pops up. He's got 6 for the first part. I think that is actually enough. Yeah, at 6 he can remove injured, but I want to get him to wounded, so we're going to roll again. $11. That's another success. That's 4. That's 10 total. I forgot he has like a -3. He fails it. Day 4. Definitely fails that. Day 5. Day 6. Day 7. Nope. Alright, he's going to lose wound. I think, what was it? The lowest one was injured. So he's going to lose the injured one at least. So that's good. Not great, but he's not as bad as he was before. He's not as bad off as he was before. Um, while they're waiting, I'm imagining they're kind of all in the same cell. Their weapons have been taken away from them. They're definitely in a separate cell from the Voltaire Collective, but they're going to get to talking. So Charles is going to ask, excuse me, my gosh. Got a frog in my throat for some reason. Just wanted to get back up here, and you know, I'll make some notes here. Quality. Yeah, wise and good is her quality. And he's going to ask her, while they're waiting around during this week and while Cornelius is trying to recover. So, Dr. Forrest, I have to know. Do you have any idea why they took you? I'm going to ask that question. Does Vahlen know why she was taken? I'm going to leave that at unlikely. Not very unlikely. There's a possibility. There's a good possibility, but still unlikely. No. She says, no. I was taken for, I would guess, my terraforming knowledge, but unfortunately, they never told me. And now, actually, I am going to try to, like, out of character. Like, this is out of character knowledge, but I do want to see if there is... I'm guessing there is a, like, motivation thing of, like, why did they take her? Free... object. Free object. Alright, I might ruminate. I'm gonna ruminate on that for a bit, because free object is a very interesting thing to take a terraformer for. Use her as ransom to get something else. Is there... maybe there's something weird going on at a... they found like an asteroid that is defying laws of physics in the environment, and they grabbed a scientist that they thought might be able to at least help them figure out what's going on in some way. Hard to say. Charles is going to say, I'm sorry to get you dragged into all this, Doctor. Don't worry about it. You came to my rescue, and that is definitely something positive. I don't know where I would be if you had not tried to grab me when you did. So thank you. Well, could definitely be a lot worse. Yes, I suppose it could be a lot worse. I'm going to ask, because I don't know how to proceed from this. I don't think any of them would try to make an escape at this point. I'm going to make a couple questions. One, were the results of the investigation favorable to our I'm gonna leave it at unsure. Nope, they were not favorable to our group. I'm willing to bet they're definitely not gonna let us out anytime soon. Next question. Are the Voltaire Collective going to try again? I'm going to put this at nearly certain. I think the Voltaire Collective are definitely going to try to grab Vahlen. I don't know if their other guys are out yet. I don't know if they're being kind of left to the wolves or what, but I think it's nearly certain that the Voltaire Collective are going to try to grab Vahlen again. No! That is definitely interesting. I guess... Honestly, I'm going to put this as a... I'm going to end the scene here. Because I don't really know where to go from here. My next scene idea would be us basically going to trial, which is going to be interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to drop the Chaos Factor because that was definitely very well in hand. Next scene, trial? Let's see. Yep, we're going to trial next time, so that's going to be interesting. Thank y'all for watching and listening. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Honestly, I had a good feeling about this episode. It was kind of interesting to have some kind of role play, some more conversation, less action, for lack of a better term. I definitely need to figure out more about this motivation and why the Voltaire Collective wouldn't try again. The only reason I can think of would be... either they're going to try to just... either they found somebody else, or something happened that got their attention more than what just happened. But we'll see next time. Again, thank y'all for watching and listening. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and hope y'all have a great day. Bye.